Hello, welcome to Chess with Simon. I'm Simon. Right then, this one. So we're saved here because we've got a check on d1. So this rook looks very active. We've got a check on d1. I think the king's probably got to go in front of the pawns, wouldn't you say? And then we block. And then my theory is this: after takes, I think that black can definitely pass one pawn, possibly even two, on the queen side, but these pawns are really hard to stop because I think black ends up in a zugzwang. That's my theory and I'm sticking to it. And then if black doesn't swap the rooks, I actually think these pawns are queening quite quickly. I mean, look at this. And that's queening, isn't it? Looks like it's queening. I mean, I don't know, in a bullet game that would queen. I think even in a correspondence game that would queen. So I think, oddly, I think white's doing alright here, unless I've missed something. Black doesn't have any awkward checks. So I think black will have anticipated this, because black's a good player, and maybe a... No, it didn't. Okay, black's still a good player. Okay, this one, I'm worried about a5, and I'm worried about opening that file. So I think I'm going to play c5 in an attempt to get my pawns moving, but I don't know what I'm doing here. So there's no way that I don't think that black can sack a minor for two pawns here. c5. It's alright, isn't it? Here, I want to play f6, because I don't think g6 is a problem, because you put the knight on a nice square. Is that a good square for the knight? I mean, this... Is that good there? Maybe it's not that good, but I suppose I think it's quite good. Maybe it's blocking the thing, but maybe you don't have to do that. Well, actually, of course, you can just take in this case. So they've got to take first. Takes, push. And then maybe we've got choices. Something like this could be possible. I don't know. I actually clearly don't know. I don't know. I've decided that f6 is a good move and I'm playing it. Oof! Love it when they anticipate my moves. Makes me think I'm doing the right thing. So do I take that straight back? No, we wait. That's the rule, right? This one, so we discussed this yesterday. So queen c2 is a good move because it hits h7 and it hits the bishop. Taking's a good move, and then there's a fork here if black takes. I think I've decided that getting a pair of bishops off is a good idea, because I think, well, the question is, are we heading for an endgame or are we heading for an attack? This looks like a kind of Ian Bush type move where we go for an attack. Do we have enough pieces to make an attack work? Well, got to be a bit careful. I'm not sure we've got to be that careful. I mean, who knows? This is all a bit nonsense, really, because lots of it's unforced. I mean, okay, I think we're going to get a pair of bishops off. Why do I think that? I don't know. I mean, I don't think an attack's breaking through there. That's what I think. We're very lucky to have this little tactic. It works, right? The tactic works, the tactic works. Tactic works. This game against Liam, so I'm going to swap the bishops off, and it seems weird because I'm down material, I should not be exchanging pieces, but I kind of want to swap the bishops off because I think the reason is because I think that knight is very good on e5, and I'm just curious to know if I can hold this, and I don't think I can. I just don't know. We're going to find out, aren't we? Okay, this is a good move, this queen move. So Uh, let's play this with give us chances to double somehow. I mean, the question is whether we're going to see this rook move. Maybe we could just avoid the rook move now by stepping away. Yeah, this rook move forces a bunch of exchanges, doesn't it? And I'm not sure they're exchanges I want to see. So, how about putting the queen in here? Is that a bit of a laugh? Oh, that's such a laugh, isn't it? Isn't that very funny? I mean, I don't know what it does, but it's going to cause a world of trouble in there. And we're in the trouble business, aren't we? It basically attacks the bishop, and it can come to this square, and it attacks this. It's quite hard to dislodge. It's quite funny. Looks quite pretty in there, you know, artistically, aesthetically. Maybe we can attack with the knight next or something. I don't know. I'm leaving the. I think it's cute. I've been playing bullet again, so I'm sort of in bullet mode. In a bullet game, that would be funny. It didn't work out well for me last time I started playing like this. Oh well, I never learn, right? That's the thing about humans, they never learn. Okay, here against Gary, it's just an interesting position. What I'm going to do is defend this pawn with my king. It's going to go on g2 and there's no check. We're going to see what black wants to do. Advance the king, defend the pawn, no checks to worry about. I mean, I suppose the question is, after this, is this a move? Yes, it is. Is it a scary move? Yes, it is. Is there an answer? Just about. And the just about answer is this. And then is this a check? Yes, it is. Pretty tough stuff, actually, because we're losing a pawn. So what's the answer to that? I'm not sure there is. I think Gary's played this really well. I'm not sure there is an answer. This pawn is dropping. I suppose you can play it this way so it's no longer a check. Can't we? Play it this way. So after this... Okay, we've got to do this in microscope mode. No. No, 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 no. This is serious. It's still a problem. Okay, we got a problem here, Houston. We have a problem. We have a problem. We have a problem. Okay, I suppose we can claim that this shields the pawn. And then after this, we play this. I mean, it's not. This is not nice. Check. And we don't quite get a killer pin here because the knight takes it. So do we make the knight move and shield? I suppose we can make the knight move and shield it, can't we? We don't care about the check, do we? We move in the corner after the check. And we just about hold together, although it's not pretty. Not pretty. This can't be attacked again because the bishop's on the dark squares. Okay, I'm claiming this survives, but I'm not proud. I hadn't seen any of this. Okay, I think my king has to move towards the central squares here. And I'm claiming that I think this might be... I think I might be able to draw this, which would be a relief. as regular viewers to this show will know. What about this? This is fine. Oh boy. Untouchable pawns, as they're called, because of the mutual zugzwangs. Who knows what would happen there? Okay, so we're going to go here. Without really knowing what I'm doing. Why change the habit of a lifetime? We're trying to stop white penetrating our position. This is beautiful, as predicted. I mean, look, black's doing really well here. You know, it's check, sorry. Work out what's going on, mate. Maybe it's not the right square. On the other, there's not a lot of choices there. This is hardly better. I think this is the best square. Should we do some variations? There, check. There, check. There, check. Not doing very well here, am I? I'm afraid if you drop another pawn, it's resignable. But I think that's going to happen. Oh dear. Well, it's just the way it goes, isn't it? Right now, you know, there's not a lot of decision to make right now. I'm not getting mated, am I? No, I'm not. Ah! You love the pre-moves. You absolutely love to see it. Okay. This one. I thought of something here. What if I harass this rook with my bishop? Harass. Rook can't move there. Rook has to move there. What if I harass it with the other bishop? Do I win a piece? Oh, maybe it wins an exchange, doesn't it? Well, yeah. That's really unpleasant, isn't it, for white? I mean, there is a footnote here, which is they can take there, right? I don't think that matters for this tactic. Consider yourself harassed. I mean, it's developing a piece as well. Looks alright to me. Let's do this harassment thing. Can't be wrong, can it? Look, I'm not doing the horde coach thing, alright? I've moved on that one. Why does it keep coming back to me? I don't know what to do here. Am I anything up? No, I'm nothing up. Alright, I've not really thought about this. Should we just fork a pair of knights off? It might make it a bit drawish, but you know, life's too short, right? No. This is the game with Justin. So why am I not playing b4 here, expanding? So if we look in the book, the book game goes queen d7, f6, queen d2. Well, queen d2 is a weird move, isn't it? Sort of manoeuvring game. Nothing happens sort of game. But what I'm struggling to see is, I mean, yeah, fine, whatever. It's just something got sacrificed probably incorrectly by black. But what I'm trying to work out is, why don't I just play b4 here? It's defended, isn't it? Isn't it in the spirit? The rook's defended at the back. It's defended. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Rook's defended at the back. Expansion on the queen side. In the spirit of the opening. Yeah, I think it's alright. I like it. I like the move. That's what chess is all about, right? Making moves you like. Doing your thing. Here, did we say bishop e3? It's going to be bishop e3. The position's absolutely crying out for bishop e3. Bishop g5 has much better stats. Ugh. Bishop g5 has much better stats. Well, I always know this position with bishop e3. I think bishop g5 is more unbalanced, and I don't want to do that with Ian. We're playing solid, and if for the people who've seen my Mora game against him, you'll understand why. Bit of a fiasco, frankly. Well, a fiasco. Okay, I think there's more. Maybe there aren't that many more. Are there many more? Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? We're waiting for opponent here, are we? Uh-huh. Also, I've challenged Nick again because I enjoyed our first game so much I thought we'll have another one. Waiting for Gareth. Playing against Horde Coach. Should we just look at this Horde Coach thing? Are we going to take this or not? Do we take on f6 or not? How do the pawns ever win? I don't know if we take on f6. I'm going to have to think about it. It's not obvious. Oh, hang on. We're winning a pawn. We're winning a pawn. Okay, we'll take it. This makes me think I'm doing the right thing, Horde Coach. If you're responding automatically to my moves, it makes me feel good. Don't know what to do now, though. I mean, yeah, it's a bit... And we're getting a bit... I'm losing space. I'm running out a bit of space. But I've still got ideas like knight here, rook here, sack the knight there. You know, I've still got ideas. I mean, this knight can't get out. But I don't know, I feel good. I feel alright about this position. Right. Next stop, chess.com. Okay. Look at this, 5 hours left. Love this position in this rook tournament. Rook endgames. Love rook endgames. So the point here is this. Black's a little bit pinned down because this rook can't move away because we take the pawn. This rook can't move here because we take the pawn. This rook can't move here because we take this pawn. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to rustle up some trouble. I developed an idea for this. C3 and D4. And not getting checkmated because my king's stuck behind the pawns. C3. But if you play C3, do you run into this? No. I don't know. Maybe this. I've got a good feeling about this. I think, see, the point is this. I think black is running out of moves, but I think black will bring the king over, so you've got to take action. I've decided that C3, maybe you should go E3. Maybe that's better. Maybe E3 is better. Is it? Just putting more pressure on that C5 pawn. And then when it moves, you can pick up this. Okay, we'll play E3. No, but... So, if we go like this, here, takes, take. But look, they can take here. Ooh. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. We'll do C. We'll do C3. Don't really know what I'm doing at all here. But I don't know, I'm doing alright. I mean, what's the score? What's the scores on the doors? Sea Island Puffin has had a big win. Okay, well, I've got news. We've got a big win coming soon on this tournament because one of my games, I think, is... I don't know what to do here. We'll create some space for the king and not really know what we're doing. I don't really like that move, but anyway, I've made it now. It blocks the rook off from swinging across, but maybe we'll play d5 and, you know, something I'll sort out. This 4-pawn attack, we're going to play bishop e2. We're a bit worried about e5, but that's life. This is really horrible. We're going to take, try and open the centre. We're a pawn down. This, I think we're winning another pawn. We're already a pawn up. Rook here to defend, rook here check wins a pawn. I think we're winning a second pawn. That's my story, and I am firmly sticking to it. This one, this is Josh Latosh. We're going to play rook e1. We're going to follow up with knight f1. I suppose the question really, well, there is a question which is should no, I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. Let's maybe we'll play bishop f1, but maybe we'll play knight f1. This is mainline theory for the 4-pawn attack, kind of transposing into Benoni type structure. This is now 1 for black, right? So this wins because white's got to take, and then that pawn's going through because the white king's not inside the square. For those who are not familiar, takes, the white king's got to step inside the square, but not in the square, not in the square. It's a queen. So I think, I suppose what white can do is like, what white will do is this, and then I'll go takes, still not in the square. Isn't that mean? But that's chess, right? Oh, e6. We fix and undermine the centre as quickly as we can in the 4-pawn. It's a short castle then, before short castle, and we claim that we're quite solid. I claim that we're quite solid. I mean, white even has an IQP. Yep. That's a pawn, isn't it? Oh, look. Oh, we looked at this earlier. Takes, check. And I'm losing a rook, or I'm getting mated. How absolutely marvellous is that? So we're not going to do that, because we don't like to lose. Instead, we're going to do this. What are we going to do? We could create some space for the king, or we could just... Let's do this. Do you think black will take here? I've got a feeling this is going to be good for white. I've got a feeling this will be alright. Rook's rule, right? Rook's rule, the clue's in the name. Rook's rule. I think this has just gone, hasn't it? Pawn dropping here. Not getting mated. Managing not to get mated. Check. Check. I mean, I'm not saying black's won this actually, it's not clear, but black's a pawn up. Which is pretty useful. Can we go more than a pawn up? What if we take this? So if we take this, what might happen is this. Yuck. Checkmate. I mean, that wasn't all forced. Okay, I think we chop. We're just a pawn up. And so a pawn in that sort of endgame means that you're either winning or you might still be a draw, but you must have some winning chances. Should we do the check here and get the queens off? No, we won't. Oh, but then this is free. But maybe you'll get this. Oh, but then you can't. Is that check any good? It's one of those questions where is that pawn a strength or a weakness? I mean, theoretically, black could also block it like this. Okay, I'm going to have to think about that and come back to it. I don't know at the moment. Is there a mate here? There's almost a mate. Check. 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 Maybe I'm messing this up. Check. Check. It's not mate. Okay. Do you think there's a mate? Or do we just take the rook? It's embarrassing if there's a mate and we don't know it. How about this? John, who used to coach the county team with me, taught me that don't just check the king all over the place. Cut off the escape squares. You got to cut off that escape square. Now what? It's quite hard. That you can stop it with things like this, but at least it sets more problems. Okay, I think we're going to cut off the escape squares. Because it's also quite masked, isn't it? It sets up a discovery. Yeah, I'm alright with this. No, it's a good move. It's a good move. Okay. Is that everything? Is it everything? Are we going to finish with a tactics problem? Or is there more? I think that might be everything. Okay. What do you do here? Bishop e2? Probably. You probably do bishop e2. Bishop e2 can't be a bad move, can it? Come on, let's do bishop e2. This is a nightmare. It's such a grind. I assume picking off a pawn here. This is quite a mess. Queen d5 stops the trouble. With 2 pieces up, maybe we're okay. I want to play knight g6 here, but maybe bishop d6 is better. Maybe bishop d6 wins a piece. Maybe bishop d6 wins a piece. Oh. Don't know what happened there. Okay, we've gone to a different game. I think that's basically chess.com's way of saying it's time to do a puzzle and go to bed. Now, something really weird happened last night, which is we were at 2899 and it's put us back to 2894. What is this? Okay, how are we going to solve this? Knight e5 check. Knight e5 check. King e6. Pawn f7. Don't like the look of it. Knight e5 check, king e6, pawn f7. How's it going to stop it queening? Okay, what's the big idea here? What's the big concept? Knight h8 check. It's a funny place for the knight, isn't it? Right in the corner. I suppose the rook check is the problem, isn't it? So what about if we put the knight in the way of the rook check? Knight in the way of the rook check. Rook pins. Check. King takes. Knight here would stop the rook check. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm thinking maybe knight here to stop the rook check. Rook attacks knight, check, king takes, push. Rook goes here, check. So here's the idea, guys. Knight here. Rook attacks knight. You push with a check, the king takes. You push again. The rook goes behind the pawn. Then the check there wins the rook. No, it's not right. That's painful. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Check. Push. We looked at that line. Yeah. Yeah, fine. Okay, we're going to do one more because we don't want to sort of end on a low note, do we? We like chess puzzles. Okay, this one. So we're threatening to take the bishop, and then the knight will take our bishop, and then we have a check on a5 to reclaim the knight. And that is a piece up, and we are happy with a piece up. Okay, party people, now I'm kind of interested in 2900 now. Okay, what do we think of this? Our knight's attacked. We can take twice on c6, not quite sure why we would. We can hit the queen by playing a5. And that means the queen struggles to stay in touch with c6. a5, queen struggles to stay in touch with c6. I think that's the concept. Oh, it's not. Should we just try again? Or maybe, okay, my retry is going to be we take on c6 and then play a5. Maybe it's a move order trick. Do we take? Do you know what? It's time for bed. Let's have a look. We hit the queen that way. Well, well, well. Oh, then we hit the queen that way. Then we have a double attack on the queen and the knight. But why is that so powerful? Because Oh, I guess. Oh, is the queen trapped? The queen's trapped, isn't it? Knight's got to go in the way. Oh, it's really hard to see that. Really hard to see. Is the queen... It's not actually completely trapped, is it? Okay. Alright. So this definitely... We're definitely not going to go in a downward spiral where we try one more puzzle. Okay, pawn endgames. I can do pawn endgames. Okay, we have to push our pawn. We cannot stop the white pawn. It's going to be about queening with check, or it's going to be about threatening mate or some other such stuff. So we just push. Right, now. We push, they push. We push, they queen, we queen. No, we can't do that. So we've got to chase the pawn down so we queen with check. Now we push, they push, we push, they push, we queen with check. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now there's a check to win the queen. I really enjoyed that. And we're not going to push for the grade. We're just going to say we really enjoyed that. What did we get? 2 out of 4. Did we? No, we got 2 out of 5. Okay, come on, one more. Well. All sorts of things hanging. The bishop check doesn't seem to do a great deal, which is a pity. Taking the knight. Oh, look, there's a bishop at the back, which is undefended. So why don't we take one knight? Right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take on f4. And then the knight takes back, and then we've got to check on c4, wins the bishop. We take on f4, and if the pawn takes back, we can take on g6. I think we've got to get rid of this bishop by taking. And then we've got to play the check here. And then we've got to pick up the bishop. 2 in a row, eh? 2 in a row. 2 in a row. Feels good. So queen check on f8. King marches bravely forward to h5. So what? We're a piece down. How did we go a piece down? How about does king g4 allow us to mate? Seems so unlikely, doesn't it? But maybe it does. Maybe black has to give up the bishop. Do you believe king g4? Covering the escape square? Seems so unlikely. Maybe there's a better way to cover the escape square. Do you believe king g4? The queen can't check us. Yeah, I think it's right. Ugh, it's not right. I'm sure lots of you are shouting out the answer. No idea. Oh, it's mate next move. That's cute. Very cute. Okay, pawn endgames. Come on, we can do this. We're black. So, create a breakthrough. Is there a breakthrough? A4 is a breakthrough, isn't it? A4 takes, push. Yeah, I believe in the breakthrough. Push, right? Catch that pawn. Catch that rook. Run. Yes. It's like a bullet dream. Okay, I love puzzles, right? We love puzzles. So my spidey sense tells me that a minor piece is dropping here. We take with the knight on d5. There's no mate on f7. And then the knight's dropping. Take with the knight on d5. The knight's dropping. Take on e6. Take back with the pawn. What if we take the bishop on d5? That's different. Then bishop takes. Knight takes. Do we take with the bishop or the knight? If we take with the bishop on d5, then the bishop takes, then our knight takes, then it's mate on f7, so we've got to take with the knight. Loving this, guys, loving this, loving it. Oh. Come on, we don't care about grades, do we? Grades mean nothing to us. We're pure as chess players. Okay, so we really want to use that discovered check with the rook, but the queen is so active. We've got to get to a place where the rook can block the check. So if we go to, where do we go? Oh, it's so tricky. So c2, queen f2, no good. e2, queen h2, rook g2 wins. e2, queen e5, king f3, e2, queen e5, king f3. I don't know. Well. 2899. So I got robbed last time. So we're going to do this. Okay. Takes on g7 check, king takes. Takes on g2 check. Takes on b2 check, king takes. Takes on c3 check. King b1. Queen b4 check. It doesn't seem to work. And white is barreling down the h file really quickly. So check on. Well, it's got to be immediate checks, otherwise we're just going to get mullered. b2 check, king takes. c3 check. King's only square is b1. b4. King c1. a3. So we just play it and believe. I don't think it's right, but what about if we take the knight? We just get checked with the thing. I don't believe it. Okay, this. Well. Now, king a2, knight takes. King c3. No. Doesn't work at all. Okay. What are we going to do? Can we survive one check? If we take on c3 with the queen, are we getting mated on down that h file? Or can we wriggle out? Looks so bad, doesn't it? maybe we take on c3, and maybe we can just back up. Okay, let's look at this. We take on c3, check on h7, go to g8, check on h8, take with the queen, but then white takes with the queen and it's mate. Check on h7, go to f6. I don't believe that. What do we do? What do we do? Check on b1. Knight takes. Just take the rook. Just take the rook. On h5. Oh, I'm just taking that rook. I believe that. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Now, I think we take on c3. And I think we're sort of safe here. Take on c3, and I don't think white's got mate. Because it could go like queen h7, king f8, and you can hide on f8. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, there's no mate. There's no mate. 2904. I thank you, friends. I hope you're all well. I'm sorry about the shallow grade behaviour, but you know, it had to be done. Look after yourselves. See you soon. It's 10 to 2.